first secret you're about to discover is the greatest untold secret to weight loss. It's the number one reason most diets fail. It's a very vital ingredient that just about every weight loss program ever designed has neglected to include. The second secret is how to control your body's number one fat-making system. Most people have no control over this system, and so it becomes your greatest enemy, and you continue to put on weight no matter what you do. But when you understand how to control this system, which I'm about to show you, it becomes your number one most powerful weapon to strip fat from your body. The third secret is the world's number one best exercise for fat loss. Forget what you've been told in the past, because this exercise has been scientifically proven countless times over the past 25 years to be the best, bar none, for losing fat. And in case you're wondering, it's not aerobics, treadmill, stepper, or any of those other sweaty and exhausting exercises. And you still get to indulge in the foods you enjoy. Just yesterday, I swear to God, I had a chicken burger with fries, a raspberry slushy, and a caramel sundae, but I still look buff because I don't do it often, and the rest of the time, I follow my easy 4-step formula for losing weight fast. G'day, my name's Kyle Casey, and I'm a 41-year-old single dad that has cracked the code when it comes to losing weight in the shortest possible time, with the least amount of effort possible, and getting the body you always wanted in record time. I completely transformed my own body in just 45 days, and I'm 110% positive you can do exactly the same using the weight loss secrets you're about to discover. See for yourself what these secrets did for me. This is what I used to look. And just 45 days after I began, I looked like this. But I didn't stop there. Just another 45 days later, and I looked like this. Wow, right? Remember, I'm over 40, and I looked like a candidate for heart disease just 90 days earlier. That I was able to do it in such a short time while still eating heaps of food and never counting a single calorie. Now, before we get down to business, I want to warn you that this video will be coming down soon because I've packed it with my most guarded weight loss secrets, including several things you've never heard before. You're probably expecting me to begin by talking about food or exercise because basically just about every weight loss program ever developed follows these two tired-old principles and nothing else. That is, 1, eat these foods and avoid those foods, and 2, do these exercises. At first glance it makes sense, right? But then how do we explain that the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention released official statistics that say only 5% of dieters successfully lose weight and keep it off? Well, one thing can be said for sure. The old mindset that weight loss is only about food and exercise is a complete and utter failure. So how do we explain the other 5% of dieters that successfully lose weight and keep it off? Listen closely, because this is the greatest untold secret to successful long-term weight loss. The 5% that succeeded because they were in the right state of self-image and self-esteem at the time they attempted the diet. In other words, they were thinking healthy thoughts and feeling healthy feelings about themselves at the time they attempted the diet. I really hope you're taking this to heart because it's a groundbreaking concept with very exciting implications for you. Here's why. If you deliberately create and maintain the right state of self-image and self-esteem while following a good program, you are guaranteed to succeed. No exceptions. You see, you will never make it all the way to your weight loss goals and then maintain your results without motivation that lasts the whole journey. And the lasting motivation you need isn't possible without the right state of self-image and self-esteem. When you've dieted in the past, you probably started off motivated, right? The more motivated you were, the closer you followed the program. But how long did it last? I'm guessing it petered out after a week or two. Why? Because you were not in the right state of self-image and self-esteem to stay motivated to the end. And no matter how fantastic and groundbreaking a diet may be, without the motivation to see it through, it's useless. And that's why nearly every diet ever invented fails. They fail you because they're 100% body focused and neglect to address your motivation. The first diet ever sold in the US was 100% body focused. It's now over 100 years later and they're still 100% body focused. I could understand that if they worked, but 95% of all dieters fail. 95%. Am I the only one that thinks this is crazy? It's time for a change. It's obvious. Imagine if you could maintain or even increase your level of motivation throughout your diet and even longer. You'd be well justified to expect amazing results. So the answer is simple. All you need to do now is create the right state of self-image and self-esteem, which creates lasting motivation while you follow a good program. The good news is I've developed an easy and straightforward system for creating and maintaining the right state of self-image and self-esteem, which takes just a few minutes per day, and I can show you precisely how to do it. More on that soon. Now let's discuss diet. Most diets focus their attention on fat and calories, but that's oversimplified and falls way short of the advice you need to transform your body in record time. Science has shown that the true secret to eating for fat loss is controlling your number one fat-making hormone. In fact, it's the number one most effective way to lose fat. This single hormone has a greater impact on the amount of fat you pack on your thighs, hips, butt and belly, all those trouble spots, more than any other system in your entire body. Let me explain how it works. The primary function of insulin is to control the amount of glucose in your blood. That is to say, it acts to keep your blood sugar levels within a narrow range by activating systems which take sugar out of your blood for storage. So for example, when you don't have enough glucose in your blood, your pancreas produces less insulin, and when you have too much glucose in your body, your pancreas produces more insulin. But here's the problem. The foods we eat today are very different from the foods our ancestors ate while the blood glucose controlling system was evolving. Our ancestors mostly ate high fiber, low sugar foods which convert the glucose in the body very slowly. And so your pancreas did not have to produce much insulin to keep your blood sugar levels under control. Fast forward today, and it's a very different story indeed. Today, the opposite type of food makes up the majority of the American diet. 90% of all dollars spent on food in the US goes on processed foods, and processed foods are typically very low in fiber but very high in sugar. Here's what the modern diet is doing to your body. When you eat food that is high in sugar, your blood sugar level skyrockets out of the narrow range your body is trying to maintain. Your pancreas responds by immediately pumping a massive insulin into your blood to bring your sugar levels down. But it kind of freaks out and produces much more insulin than you actually need. So the result of too much insulin is your blood sugar levels go way down until there's not enough sugar in your blood. You've gone from too much to not enough. Here's where a problematic cycle begins. When your sugar levels are too low, your body responds by craving high sugar foods. Typically, we reach for a sweet snack or a sweet drink and boom! Once again, our blood sugar levels are too high. So the cycle just continues. That is, you're flooded with too much insulin, taking your blood sugar levels too low again. Again you crave sweet food and boom! Your blood sugar level is too high, and on and on and on it goes. It also makes us very fat. Here's why. Every time you load your system with sugar, the rush of insulin signals your body to get the sugar out of your blood as quickly as possible by converting it to fat and storing it in your fat cells, more around your belly than anywhere else. So if you do this over and over on a daily basis, that amounts to a lot of fat. What do? The secret is simple. Just control the amount of sugar entering your bloodstream. That's it. Nothing more. It's simple. There are basically two things to do. Number one, eat foods low in sugar and also low in simple carbohydrates because they convert the sugar very easily. And number two, break your meals into several small meals eaten throughout the day. For example, 5 to 7 small meals is much better than 3 large meals. Let's talk about number one a little bit more. Foods we think of as healthy, like white rice, are actually not as healthy as you might believe because they're high in simple carbs, which convert the sugar in your body very easily. So how do you choose which foods to eat? It's simple. Just choose foods that have a low glycemic load. Glycemic load is a score given to foods which indicates how much it will raise your blood sugar levels. The lower the glycemic load, the better. Now, Eating a giant meal of low glycemic load foods will still result in a spike in your blood sugar levels. Which brings us back to the second thing you need to do to control your insulin levels. That is, break your meals into more frequent, smaller meals. I personally eat heaps and heaps of food, much more than you think considering how slim I am. But I spread it over 5 to 7 meals a day. Really, it's simple once you establish a routine. If you're getting a bit overloaded with this information, don't worry, because I'll tell you in a moment how to get everything in much greater detail, including a huge list of 129 acceptable foods, 59 delicious recipes for every meal of the day, including vegetarian, a 4-day sample eating plan including eating times, portions and meal suggestions, and much more. I'll tell you about that in a moment. And now, the final piece of the puzzle, exercise. If that word fills you with dread, then prepare yourself for some fantastic news, because the world's #1 exercise for fat loss is much less exhausting than traditional fat loss exercises like aerobics, treadmill, stepper, and so on. You can do this exercise type in the comfort of your own home without any special equipment whatsoever. This exercise has been scientifically proven in countless studies over the past 25 years to have no match when it comes to fat loss. I'll tell you what it is right now, but before you pass judgment, keep listening while I'll explain to you why it's the #1 exercise type in the world for fat loss. Okay, here goes. The #1 exercise type in the world for fat loss is high intensity resistance training. If you're still puzzled, think of weight training, which is a type of high intensity resistance training. Now, before you feel all disappointed and think to yourself, I don't want to get all muscly like a man, or I don't want my thighs to get even bigger than they already are, we must put to rest the #1 most damaging myth about women in resistance training right now. It is impossible for women to become muscle bound through resistance training because they just don't have enough male hormone, period. Many of the best female celebrity bodies in the world are made possible with weight training, like actresses Jessica Alba, Kate Hudson, Carmen Electra, and Pamela Anderson, singers Madonna and Gwen Stefani, and Victoria's Secret's model Dudson Croes and Marissa Miller. So don't be put off, because this myth getting around that weight training makes women too muscular is simply just not true. Now, let me tell you why it's #1 at stripping fat from your body. Exercise can help you burn fat in 3 different time phases. Time phase 1 is instantly, by burning calories while you work out. Time phase 2 is in the short term following your workout by raising your EPOC. I'll tell you more about EPOC in a moment. And time phase 3 is in the long term following a workout by raising your BMR. I'll also tell you more about BMR. Okay, let's start with EPOC. EPOC stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, which means in the hours of recovery following a workout, your body consumes more oxygen than usual, and by doing so, you burn more calories than usual. The more an exercise raises your EPOC, the better it is at burning calories in the short term. And no exercise raises your EPOC more than high intensity resistance training. BMR. BMR stands for basal metabolic rate. It is the baseline rate at which your body uses energy throughout the day 24/7. The more an exercise raises your BMR, the better it is at burning calories 24/7. And again, no exercise raises your BMR more than high intensity resistance training. Traditional weight loss exercise like aerobics, stepper, treadmill, elliptical trainer, and so on burn calories during the actual exercise but have almost zero effect on EPOC and BMR. So once you get off the machine or walk out of the aerobics room, that's it. No more fat loss, no more benefit. The good news is I have already created 3 weekly programs using a variation of 17 different exercises which cover your entire body. There are programs for beginners, intermediate and advanced trainers, and many of the exercises have easy or more difficult versions. Each exercise also comes with a step-by-step description of how to do it, several professional illustrations, and also a muscle chart showing which muscles are exercised. With these programs I'm talking about, fat will melt off your body. You'll become toned, tight and trim, burning more fat than you ever have 24/7. But what about long-term results? The true test of a program's effectiveness is how you look 6 months or more down the road. Well, take a look for yourself. It's been 7 months since I lost the fat. I'm now 41 but still look as lean as ever. Why? Because my 4-step formula for losing weight fast is not a diet. It's a way of living. It's a way of eating and looking after yourself that is incredibly simple, incredibly healthy, and something you can easily do for the rest of your life. And you can get your own copy of the 4-step formula for losing weight fast right here on this page by clicking the Add to Cart button under this video. Nutrisystem's best value named option is about $300 a month every month. 2 sessions per week with a personal trainer is $480 a month every month. And you can expect to spend about $250 for 3 sessions with a dietitian. So you may expect the 4-step formula to be $147 rebuild every month. Maybe it's $97 rebuild every month. Nope. In fact, you will build once and never again. And it's not $97. Not even $77, $67 or $57. It's just $47 fully guaranteed for 60 days. I transformed my own body in just 45 days. And I'm so confident you can do the same with the 4-step formula. I'm giving you a full 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Plus, nothing needs to be mailed. You get instant access because everything downloads to your computer. It's very easy. I'll show you how. It's better this way because you can get started in the next 5 minutes instead of waiting around for weeks for the mailman to deliver it. And it's also much better for the planet. But before you make your decision, keep listening while I tell you quickly about a very special offer. If you order your copy of the 4-step formula, in the next 15 minutes I'll upgrade you free to the Platinum Pack valued at $571. That's an amazing deal. The 4-step formula Platinum Pack is a mega product of 12 books and 13 audios specifically for stripping fat from your body faster than you ever thought possible. What you actually get in the Platinum Pack. Of course, you get the powerful, fat-melting, 4-step formula for losing weight fast guide. Now be warned, this is a very comprehensive guide to getting the body you want in the shortest time possible. It's a whopping 270 pages of killer, cutting-edge information for stripping fat from your body in no time flat. If you're more interested in the doing and don't care so much about the why, then you can go straight to the Quick Start Guide, which is a modest 50 pages long and can be read in about 20 minutes. That short read will quickly and simply show you nothing but the how-to for transforming your body in just 45 days. I always have an eye on the scientific journals in the weight loss industry, and as new discoveries become available that would make the 4-step formula even more effective than it already is, I'll update the main guide and the Quick Start Guide. And anyone that owns the Platinum Pack will get all updates free for life. You don't need to worry about finding suitable meals to cook because the Platinum Pack also comes with a recipe book full of delicious meals made with the 4-step formula principles. It's packed with 59 fat-melting, super nutritious, awesome tasting recipes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert and snacks. It even has 10 vegetarian meals to choose from. Also in the Platinum Pack, you get these 5 must-have guides. In 36 foods to lose weight and live healthily, you find 36 foods clinically proven to promote weight loss. These incredible foods possess some special properties that help your body melt away fat and even stop your junk food cravings. Eating Your Way to Fitness by Vincent Abregar shows you how to make the right food choices to achieve a long-lasting, healthier and more productive lifestyle without sacrificing the good taste of food. 100 Weight Loss Tips gives 100 no-brainer tips on little changes you can make in your everyday life to affect big changes in your waistline. The Sunless Tanning Guide, because a nice, fake tan can instantly make you 10 or more pounds lighter without damaging your skin. And lowering cholesterol, because if you're overweight, you'll probably also have high cholesterol, and this guide shows you 21 natural ways of lowering it. In addition to these 5 must-have guides, you also receive a special quick reference guide which helps you choose foods. Remember, in an early video we discussed choosing foods based on glycemic load to help keep your insulin levels stable. Well, this guide lists the glycemic load and glycemic index of 149 everyday foods to make grocery shopping simple. This guide is so important because the secret to losing weight while still eating lots of food is choosing the right foods. I am a huge eater, but never, I repeat, never count calories because I know choosing the right foods is enough. There are about 12 foods in particular that are very special. In fact, these 12 foods are called superfoods because of their sky-high levels of nutrition and ability to build a slim, toned and energized body. So I created a special guide called the World's Top 12 Superfoods. While we're on the topic of food, I want to tell you about one of my all-time favorite snacks, smoothies. I love smoothies. For me, a smoothie is like candy that's good for you. They are the perfect snack, and because of their ease to make and high nutrition levels, I've included this recipe book of smoothies for athletes. It contains 13 hours of audio, especially for building motivation. The audios you get in the Platinum Pack include 12 Sounds of Nature tracks. Each one is a 1 hour long recording of nature in a unique and exotic environment like magic Scandinavian waterfall, sounds of a hot Brazilian jungle, Tahitian beach paradise at sunset, dusk descends over the Irish woodlands, and forest bird song in the Australian outback, plus 7 more sounds of nature that are just as soothing. Why nature sounds, you may ask? Well, because nature sounds like these have been clinically proven to lower heart rate, lower blood pressure, lower stress levels, and bring you into a relaxed state. When you get your copy of the 4-Step Formula Platinum Pack, you will understand why they are included and how important they are at building your fire of motivation. There's one more audio in the Platinum Pack. This one is called Love Your Physical Self. It is a hypnotic audio track that uses subliminal messages to build self-esteem in your self-image. Again, this is a deliberate inclusion for building your fire of motivation using research-proven techniques for achieving your weight loss goals. So there you have it. The 4-Step Formula Platinum Pack in all its splendor, valued at $571. But if you order the 4-Step Formula for losing weight fast now, you'll be upgraded to the complete Platinum Pack free of charge. And if you don't like it for any reason, you have 60 days to get a 100% refund. I know my 4-Step Formula works and will work for you too. And the 60-day guarantee means you have nothing to lose by giving it a try today. If you're ready for a new body, then now is the time to act. Just go ahead and click the button, and the 4-Step Formula plus the free upgrade to the Platinum Pack valued at $571 is yours. Start getting the body you want today. Clicking the order button is the very first step. So go ahead, take that very first step right now and click the Add to Cart button. If you don't take action now, your body won't change. Do this for yourself. You deserve it. Click the Add to Cart button now and get started on your new body today.